Hey, everybody. Hello, family. Hey, guys. How are you? I'm here trying to stretch the life out of a wig. And I thought maybe you guys would want to chat while I do that. I should put some makeup on first. And look, as soon as I decided to come live, the neighbor decided that he wanted to, I don't know, trim his bush. Who trims their bush at 8 o'clock at night? My gosh. Hi, guys. It's your big bald-headed sister, Action Jacqueline. You know what? Before I get with the blush, let me do something with this little mole here that I don't like. So you guys know I like to read the Bald Girl News every night. So I decided while I try to stretch the life out of this wig, I would read the news with you guys. The Bald Girl News. I'm Action Jacqueline, your big bald-headed sister and fellow alopecia princess. Yes, I have alopecia universalis. Means I don't grow hair anywhere on my body. You see it? Good, that worked. In case you guys are wondering, I'm using the infallible L'Oreal Paris. I really like this formula. I used to use a much more expensive one by Clinique, which I liked, but it was much more expensive. So this one is a nice dupe for it, y'all. Definitely a nice dupe. That's all I need. You see that? I didn't even have to do it twice. Ha! Okay, so the wig I'm working with is my typical wig that I wear all the time. It's the Darrow wig by John Renault. And yes, I should get rid of it. It is well over 30 days old, which is my typical mark. But airplanes, bush trimming, all kind of things going on all at once. Yeah, it's beyond my 30-day mark, but I'm just trying to stretch the life out of it, honestly. I have another brand new one here next to me, but I don't know if you guys know anything about like wigs and breaking in a new wig. Breaking in a new wig is a process, y'all. And it's not my favorite part of wig ownership. So when I have a wig, it's kind of hard for me to say goodbye. It's so hard to say goodbye to an old wig. You know what I mean? Your wig kind of becomes your friend. It travels with you places. This wig has been to Florida. It's been through a lot. So, you know, it means a lot to me. I don't like the song. You know. Maybe I like that one. Okay, so in the news today. Paris, was it France? The France First Lady was in the news today. Yep. And not for anything particular about politics. Nope. She was in the news because they wanted to know if she wears a wig. Because y'all know, we don't, social media doesn't let the bald girls live. They don't, social media does not let you have hair problems without confessing it. You got to confess it, right? Because the wig jury is going to come for you until you do. And I'm not sure why, because like once they find out, once you admit it, once you come clean, oh, you got me, I'm wearing a wig. Then what do you do with that information? What do y'all do with that information? When y'all like obsessing, is that her real hair? Is that there's like you have to meet like the perfect medium between like not good hair and great hair. Like you can't have too good a wig. Because if your hair looks too perfect, people are going to obsess over it until you confess, like until you say, well, I bought it. You know, this is not mine. Or they're just going to obsess. So it can't be too perfect and it can't look too wiggy. So you have to find the perfect balance, right, when you're wearing the wig. So I don't like my hair to look too good. That's why I wear a synthetic wig every day. Nah, that's not really why I wear a synthetic wig every day. But honestly, I have reached a point where the aesthetic of the wig is not as important as it used to be. I used to, y'all want to know something? When I was in my 20s, like early 20s, I used to walk around. I'm not even kidding. This is going to sound crazy, but I used to walk around with a duffel bag filled with wigs. Like I would carry it everywhere. It was a really pretty floral duffel bag, and it followed me everywhere so that I could change wigs wherever I was at. Like, and if you went inside that, friends knew that I had wigs in there, so they would be like, "Oh, do you have a wig that I can wear today?" And I'd be like, "Sure, girl." Now I just keep this one wig, and I just rotate it. Like every 30 days, I buy a new one. But this one is a little bit too old, so I'm gonna try to stretch some life out of it. Just gonna put some curls in it, see if that helps it last just a day longer. If I could just get a day. All right, so let's talk about this. Let me go ahead and pull it up. Let's talk about this French first lady who was under fire for supposedly wearing a wig. But I want to show y'all the wig because I just want you to see how ridiculous media is. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and pull it up. By the way, I'm streaming on TikTok on my phone and to YouTube on my computer. So I'm going to have to like do this twice. All right, y'all. So bear with me. Bear with me. This is the wig in question. This right here. This is the wig that they're wondering is real or not. Do y'all see that? This is the wig they're questioning. A whole news article and several news articles, because this news article came out today in the list. But this has been under speculation, under the eyes of scrutiny for months now, apparently, because when I started to look into it, I saw news articles dating all the way back to April, right? So I guess back in April is when they started to wonder whether or not this wig or this hair was real. Look at the listen, this is clearly a woman who doesn't care much about how her hair looks. Because if she cared, she would have paid somebody to give her a better wig, right? We're not even going to sit here and pretend that we don't know that this is a wig. Look at the thing. Look at the thing. Okay? She's done everything except take it off and wave it at y'all to prove that she's wearing a wig so that you guys could get off her damn back, right? Like she might as well just turn over and just take it off and wave it to the people. People of France, I'm wearing a wig. Like you literally have to come clean, otherwise they'll write exposés about you. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and read what it says. I'm gonna pull it up here on my YouTube screen first so that my YouTubers can see it. I actually really like streaming on my computer, but TikTok keeps kicking me off and giving me access. It's ridiculous, but I'm gonna go ahead and read it. How do we do this? All right, you know what? I'm not going to bother because it's going to take too long, and I don't want to bore you guys by being slow. It says, does Brigitte Macron wear a wig? Her questionable hairstyles are causing a stir. Again, I want to show you the damn wig. I'm going to show you the hair, all right? You know, we as human beings have the right to just do whatever we want with our hair without scrutiny. But clearly, even throwing on a wig that says wig, like this, if the strands of this wig were a pen, it would say, I am a wig, get off my back. That's what the wig would say. But yet here we are reading news articles about this lady's wig because she cannot, even at her big old age, enjoy a day without scrutiny of her hair. Okay? All right, let's talk about it. And we just talked about this yesterday too, because Gayle King was under fire too. I don't know if you guys saw Gayle, Oprah, and Kris Jenner on vacation. Oh, they were dragging poor Gayle about her hair, which is ridiculous. Like the woman is 70 years old. Like at what point do you get to just chill out and just do whatever the hell you want without the scrutiny? When does it ever end? I have dealt with the scrutiny my entire life, and I say this all the time. I feel like it's a hate crime at this point. It feels like someone calling me the N-word. That's what it feels like. But it's y'all wouldn't understand that because you don't have hair, so you don't get it. Like when people badger you about your hair and make you come clean, they will literally force you. They will ask you each and every day. They will stare at you. Obviously, they will do things that are ridiculous just to get you to confess because they already know it's a freaking wig. They know this lady's hair is a wig. They know it. They know it, but they want to attack her. So let's read it. Brigitte Macron has a fair share of critics thanks to the controversial way she met her husband, Emmanuel Macron. That is, by the way, Emmanuel Macron is the president, I believe, of France. But her peculiar hairstyle has only given her naysayers another reason to attack her. Although she switched up her do on a few occasions, Brigitte spent a good chunk of her political career sporting blonde, bob-styled hair that never drops past her shoulders. However, no matter how she wears her locks, it never fails to drum up rumors that she's wearing a wig. Here it is again. Here she is, in her beautiful hair that she grew straight out of her head. Here it is. Here it is. This is why I don't try that hard anymore. This is honestly why I don't try that hard with my wigs anymore. I'm not going to read this whole article to you guys. I just wanted to talk about that. Just I like to recognize, and hopefully somebody here is watching who does this, who scrutinizes women about their hair, and you get some idea that you should leave people alone. You should back off, like honestly, because this woman, if she just wants to get up in the morning, put her wig on, and walk out the door without fussing over it, she should be able to do that. Okay, she should be able to same way I should be able to do that. Okay, same way. All right, so let me get this. All right, but before we go any further with this wig, because this wig needs to work, it really does. Let's talk some more about the news. There is an art exhibit in Pennsylvania dedicated to alopecia, women with alopecia. Y'all want to see that? I like this a lot. I don't do museums that often. I usually only go when there's an exhibit that I'm really interested in. And this one I would be very interested in. It's called the Great Valley. Look, it's taking a long time to load. That was slow. This is coming out of Penn State. And it's called Rooted in Resilience. Art exhibit on alopecia in women. So this is one of the paintings. Look how beautiful that is. I guess this is one of the pieces of art that will be displayed. Let's see it. How pretty that is. At the Rooted in Resilience art exhibit in Penn State. So it says Malvern, Pennsylvania. This was published July 18th. Penn State Great Valley Henry Art Gallery will host the exhibit Rooted in Resilience, Artistic Perspectives on Alopecia in Women from August 12th to October 6th. Y'all see that at all? I can't see that at all. You guys probably can't. Alopecia affects millions of women worldwide, often disrupting their sense of self, identity, and beauty standards. This exhibition aims to bring to light the emotional and psychological impact of hair loss, showcasing powerful visual narratives from women artists. Guests will experience deeply personal, creative explorations of this condition, reflecting both the pain and challenges of alopecia, as well as the strength and transformation that often follows. That's where I feel like I'm at, y'all. I'm at the strength and transformation point. I'm happy to be here, too. I'm really happy to be here. I know how hard it is to lose hair, so that's a big one. Strength and transformation. But okay, so let's go ahead and try to do something with this wig. At this point, I kind of do feel like, so I do have it on my knee, by the way. If anybody's like, where's the wig? It's on my knee. I like to work on it on my wig, on my knee. And I have my curling iron. You know what? Let me go ahead and put that on my head. I straightened it a little bit. I really should just get rid of it. Look at it. It's looking too stringy. Let's just see what some curls will do for it. How about that? I think I am going to have to get rid of it. I've held on to this wig for too long. But looking at the back, I'm seeing it. All right, so I'm just going to wet it a little bit because it's really steam that helps to curl a synthetic wig. This is just water, y'all. Water in a bottle. Ooh. All right, so also in the news, what else did I find interesting in the news today? There wasn't much new in the news this week, but I always find it interesting when full articles are written about women to shame them about their wigs. I'm telling you, I'm planning on starting a whole petition so that the government can make women who wear wigs a protected group. I reported on this woman whose wig was snatched in Brooklyn a couple weeks ago. This woman happened to be Jewish who had her wig snatched. So she had the protection of the Jewish community. So they were quick to call that a hate crime, right? So because she was Jewish. But in my opinion, like if it happened to me, what would they call that? I'm not Jewish, right? So what would they call that? I would petition that they start calling things like that a hate crime as well. Honestly, what is that? Can somebody tell me, like in the comments, what would you call that? Taking off a woman's wig? Like, would you walk down the street and yank off a person's shirt, like or their pants, like? But it's so you don't go to jail for snatching their wig off. Do you go to jail for that? Like, what would be the charge? What you in for? I snatched a lady's wig off. There should be a charge though. What would be? Maybe there's an attorney in the audience who could tell me what the charge would be. I'm doing a terrible job at this. Every time I get on live and try to do my hair, I do a horrible job at it because I'm busy trying to talk and do my hair at the same time, and it's just a lot. It's a lot. I'm reading, I'm talking, I'm doing my hair all at once. It's a lot, so y'all forgive me. Oh, and it's just so hot. Like I think I'm kind of over wearing wigs, y'all. Honestly, I think I'm over it. I really like to wear the wig every day because I hate being the spokesperson for alopecia in my everyday life. Like I hate going down the street to the store, people just random strangers approaching me and asking me about my hairlessness. It really annoys me. So I just wear the wig. But like lately, it's just been so hot. I think I'm about done with it. I have the sprinkler going. It's been on for a minute. I need to go turn that on. Anyway, guys, I do think I'm gonna have to go and unbox this movie. I don't like. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and unbox that movie. I'm gonna do it. Let me try this one curl to see if it's. I really don't want to do it. I don't feel up to it, and I'm bored with that wig, to be honest. This is the same wig I wear all the time, so it's not exciting to me. You know, when you get a new wig. Well, I don't know if you guys know about getting a new wig, but you know, when you get a new wig, usually it's exciting because it's just new style or whatever. This is the same style I've been wearing for like years, honestly. So, not exciting. I'm gonna go get it though. I'm gonna go get it. Yo, give me a second. Let me just finish this curl. I thought I had it right here next to me, but I guess I don't. That's why I keep looking over here. No, I put it back in my drawer. I'm doing a terrible job at this. I'll probably play around with it, but first let me just go get the other wig. Okay, I got it. Jean Strauss says, "Love the dress, so cute." Thank you so much, Jean. Hi, how are you? So this is the wig when it's fresh and new. Can you see the difference? The difference is like night and day, honestly. I guess now that I'm seeing it fresh and new, I'm realizing for sure that I needed to get rid of that wig. All right, fair enough. I don't have to say goodbye to the wig. I hate saying goodbye to a wig. Parting with an old friend. Here, before I cut the tag off though, because honestly, a part of me wanted to sell this wig, like just sell it back before. Because what happened was when Trump was threatening these 140% taxes on items coming out of tariffs on items coming out of China, I panicked and I bought like 3 of these wigs because I was afraid that they would get really expensive. And I didn't put enough thought into it. Had I put more thought into it, I would have at least gotten some different colors or something. But yeah, so now I'm stuck with all these wigs. This is the last one. All right, this is it. And it is called the Zara wig by John Renault. Can y'all see it? In the Smart Lace collection, and it's in color 12 FS8 shaded Praline. The unfunny, randomly posting goober says, "Hello, your name is hilarious. Your name is funny. You said you're unfunny, but your name alone is funny." It says, "Hello, hey, do you like music? I love music. As a matter of fact, I was just listening to music. I only turned it off because there was too much competing noise." And the unfunny says, "If you like music, then you should listen to my singing monster. My singing monsters." Is it by you? Did you write that? The unfunny, randomly posting goober. I'm gonna have to give your name an acronym. It's gonna be TURPG. It's hard to say all those words. But anyway, this is what the wig looks like. And it does have to be tamed. Okay, so I'll show you how to do it. I have to stand up to do this wig though. I've never been able to sit down and style a brand new wig. I have to stand up to do it. All right, so I look like Cousin It. Again, this is just one. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and take off the tag because clearly I'm not selling the wig. I have to keep it because it's the only other one I have. Lies. I actually have more wigs, but I hate them. I hate them. There's a reason why I keep getting the same wig over and over again. I just haven't found one that is comparably good. And it doesn't matter if it be human or synthetic. It doesn't matter. I just have not found a better wig than this. This wig is very good. I know exactly what to expect from it. I get 30 really, really good wears out of this wig. I know exactly how to style it because, as you can see, I still have a lot of styling left to do. I know where to cut, what to trim. I do have to thin out areas in the front, and I know exactly where to do that. I'm not going to try to do it right here on camera for you guys because I don't want to mess it up. I like to be focused when I'm doing it, but I can show you how I thin out the front because one thing I noticed about wigs, as we saw with the French president, the French first lady, is they typically are too thick in the front. Where's my iPad? Let me show you this lady's wig so I can remind you what that looked like in case you guys missed it. So earlier today, we read a news article about the First Lady of France's wig. Somebody decided to write a whole article, and this wasn't the first article written about whether or not, trying to dissect whether or not the First Lady of France wears a wig. And the wig is so obvious. Like, this woman could have, she did everything but take it off and wave it to the crowd, wave it to the country of France and all the people in it and say, look, I'm wearing a wig. She did everything but that. And they still coming for her about this wig. I'll show you the wig. It's such an obvious wig. Clearly, she doesn't care if it looks like a wig, because if she did, it's not like she doesn't have the money, the means to do something about it. But this is how it looks. And I don't look much different from her right now. As a matter of fact, it might be the same exact color. I think we were the same exact color. Okay. There it is. But yeah, as you can see in the front, it gets very heavy, so you have to thin it out. And if she cared at all, and she probably doesn't, I would thin it for her. I'd be very happy to do it. So I'm just going to show you how I do that part, and then I'm going to stop because I don't want to mess up. Because this will be my hair for the next 30 days. Do I have one? I'm going to show you how I thin out the front. Super easy. All right, so what I use one tool, and it is thinning shears. Y'all see it? Thinning shears. So what thinning shears are, for those of you who don't know, is there's just scissors that cut like every 5th or 6th hair. They don't cut every hair, so you don't get that rigid line. It's really recommended if you're going to be cutting hair often, like if it's something that you do yourself, to use one of these, because it's a lot more forgiving than if you use a regular scissor. Because once you use a regular scissor, there's no once you snip that off, there's no forgiveness. You're just done. All right, so let me see if I can do this. Let me turn a light on so you can see. Hello, little kitty. Wanna go outside? See you later. See you later, Whiskey. That cat talks. He really does. I believe it. The other day, I heard somebody meowing, and I heard a cat meowing in the basement, and I didn't know he was here because he's not my cat, y'all. He really isn't. He's just like the neighborhood cat, but he's so nice. He stole my heart. He stole my heart. So he was in the house, and I hear this faint meow in the basement, and I'm like, "Whiskey, is that you?" And he's like, "Yeah." He goes, "Meow." And I said, "Where are you?" He said, "Down here." Meow, meow. Well, come upstairs. Yeah, my guy. He's talking. I'm in love with that cat. smitten with him. I have another cat that's actually mine who barely likes me, so I might be cat love deprived. All right, so I'm going to show you how I do this. So I take the you see right here, this is where I find the abundance of hair to be. So I like to thin this area in particular. So let me see if I can do this without messing up. Hang on. Might as well do there, right here. Can y'all see what I'm doing there? See, I take it all the way to the root, and piece by piece I clip. You see what comes out? Okay, I did promise you that I would not do a lot. I'm not going to get all into it, so I don't want to mess it up. You guys can see. Tune in tomorrow night, same time, and you'll be able to see what it looks like when it's all done. But you did get to see how, let me show you what it looks like. You can't even tell that I thinned so much of that hair out, right? Can't even see it. I'll do a little bit more because why not? This is particularly helpful for Black women who wear synthetic hair wigs. These are high-end synthetic wigs, and they're typically marketed to white women. So white women just naturally have more hair than we do. So they might be able to get away with carrying more hair in the front, maybe. But we definitely don't have that much hair in the front. It definitely has to be thinned out. So I recommend, I think this is the reason why most Black women don't go for the high-end synthetics. But if you don't go for the high-end synthetics, you really miss out. Because the benefits are immeasurable, honestly. The colors that you have access to, the quality of the wig, the fact that the synthetic wig lasts a full 30 days, and doesn't require a ton of work. I think that's the thing that bothers me. When I was wearing human hair wigs, of course I was wearing light hair. So every wig that I bought, after a certain time in my life, I started wearing lighter colors just because I noticed that my skin was changing. So I definitely needed something less harsh against my skin than the black hair that I was wearing prior. I found that I would have to spend a whole lot of money on products to maintain these wigs. And it was expensive. I'm telling you, the products were like in $20-$30 for a bottle of conditioner type of thing. Is $30 for conditioner for hair that's not even mine? It's not making sense. I was just like, this is ridiculous. I have to stop. I have to stop. And then I went back to my good old high-end synthetic wigs by John Renault, my favorite. I also wear wigs by Raquel Welch. Haven't worn her in a while, though, to be honest. I just haven't found a style lately from Raquel Welch that I love. But there is another wig that I just recently tried, and you guys can go into my archive of videos if you want to see that wig. That one is the what's it called? Sensational wig by Tressa Lore. I fell in love with that wig, y'all. I still have it, but it's kind of ratty now because I wore it a little bit too much. But when I do go out, like when I'm going out special, like for instance, last weekend was my anniversary. My husband and I celebrated 22 years of marriage. I wore that wig and it really was a hit. I love that wig. I love how it holds a curl, unlike these. because that wig is a heat-friendly synthetic wig, whereas this one is not. When this wig gets old, I put a little heat to it just to flatten it out. When the fibers start to get a little crunchy, you could use a cool flat iron just to flatten it out. But only when it gets old. I would usually wait until it's like 25 days old before I start using that. If you notice, I count wears. I don't count like the time that I've had the wig. I count how many times I've worn it. That's how I determine how good a wig is how many wears I can get out of it before it starts to look like crap. And I spent lots of money on human hair wigs that within a week turned on me. I mean, lots of money. That's why I'm just like, yo, I'm just going to keep buying the same wig over and over again because I can't waste my money like that anymore. I just don't have the means to do it. I'm putting 2 kids through college for Christ's sakes. So yeah, I just keep getting the same wig over and over. And honestly, I would change the color, except there's no store nearby where I could try the colors. I would have to order it online. You know what I mean? There is a store not too far from me. It's like a 40-minute drive away, but I don't like the customer service there, and they mark up the price like 30%, 30 to 40%. Honestly, it's ridiculous. He says, my grown daughter has a cat that talks. He just talks up a storm. Yes, this cat doesn't belong to me. I just love him so much. I wish he would just stay. But he won't stay. He always wants to leave. He comes in and eats and leaves. He just uses me, and I let him. Jean says, congratulations. I guess you're talking about my anniversary. Yes, thank you so much. Thank you very much. But as you can see, I have thinned out the front just a little bit. Well, since I'm here, might as well do some more. What y'all think? Should I do some? Should I do some more? Let me see. If you guys say I should, then I will. All right. Nobody said anything, but I will. Also, I find that this is a little long for me in the front. So I'm going to end up cutting that a little bit. But let me take out some of the density here. This area is kind of heavy as well. Do y'all see that? Do y'all notice that it's a little bit too dense? Or do you, if it were yours, would you leave it as is? Let me know in the comment. Sometimes I wonder if I'm doing too much. But, so I'd like to hear what other people think. So that's the reason why I come here as a bald woman online, is because I need community who I can really confer with. It's really hard finding another person who is comfortable enough with their alopecia that they want to talk about it. I'm telling you, I have people very close to me. But when I say close, I mean like in proximity, who I know wear wigs every day. But they just, even though I talk about it all the time, they just don't want to discuss it. And I get it. Like, you shouldn't have to discuss your hair, but I need somebody to talk to. It's to the point where the only people who I can talk to are strangers on the internet. So, like, I mean, I'll sit there and have conversations and talk very freely about my alopecia, and they'll just sit quietly and be like, even though I know they're struggling the same way, they just don't want to talk about it. To each their own. I just know I need somebody to talk to. Community. It's all about community. Does that look any better, y'all? Everybody's doing their lawn right now. So weird to wait until 9 o'clock at night to do your lawn. I guess it's cooler. I guess it does make sense. Actually. I'm not the one doing the lawn anyway. Who am I to complain? I don't do my lawn. That is not my job. I cook. I clean. I don't do lawns. I do the garden, though. I do the garden. JD says, damn, girl, you are. Thank you very much, JD. hold that same energy because in a minute I'm about to take this wig off. So don't go nowhere. Don't wanna. I think I don't want to do anything more because I don't have the best lighting. So tomorrow morning, when there's full sun, I'll work on this some more. Let me just comb some of that hair out. So I'll show you how much hair I cut out. You're gonna be shocked actually when you see how much hair I just pulled out. Oh, my nail broke. That's one thing, the alopecia gets into my nails, meaning my nails are very brittle, and that's actually part of it. It's part of the alopecia. So they break all the time. And I hate when look, it's shaped crazy and I don't want to cut it short. But one thing I'm not going to do is go to the salon and get my nails done. Those days are done. I don't do that anymore. Okay, so this is, oh my God, it's hot. Ooh. Am I still fired, JD? All right, let me show you how much hair I just cut out. See that? Give me a second. Let me go drop it in the trash. Okay, so you guys, that's all I'm going to do for the wig right now. If you guys have any questions about alopecia, about anything at all, within reason, I'll be happy to answer them right now. If you need any advice for your hair loss, if you have any questions about your own hair loss, I'm available to answer that. I am Action Jacqueline, your big bald-headed sister and fellow alopecia princess, and I come here to engage with the bald people community because we are a community. We're just hard to find. So whatever way I can get reach of you guys, this is the way to do it. JD says you are still beautiful. Thank you so much, JD. See, guys, bald, you can still be beautiful and bald, with or without the wig, just like JD says. Let me make sure I'm not missing anything. And yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and log off. Thank you, JD. JD says hair or no hair, still beautiful. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. All right, guys. So tomorrow night, same time, same place. It'll be about probably 8 o'clock, 8:30, between 8 and 8:30. Just make sure that you are subscribed. Make sure that you are following. Make sure that you leave me a bunch of hearts if you're on TikTok, and that you share this live. Well, I am leaving now, but I will upload this live later, so it'll be there for that. Thank you so much, everybody. JD, Jean, the unfunny randomly posting goober, Odin. Thank you guys for joining me. I love you guys, and we'll talk again soon. Peace.